So are all of you humanities students, or is there a mix of science and humanities?
All humanities.
All humanities, okay. So I finished my 12th grade last year. My last exam was on 13th March, which was just one day before the lockdown started. So, have all of you ever been to the Dean's campus?
Yeah, for physical classes.
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
We've been on the campus for physical classes.
Okay, so I can really relate to how all of you must have tried making friends remotely. I mean, that's really difficult. In college, like all my friends, I've never met them, so it's all virtual. Um, so yeah, what makes 12th grade more difficult than 10th grade? All of you have been through the drill, right? You have to be disciplined, you have to be focused, hard work, you need to be taking care of yourself. So you've been through all that in 10th grade. But what makes 12th grade a little extra difficult is your entrance exams and university applications. Um, I think I mean, many of you might be discussing things like intellectual giftedness now and IQ and talent and all of that. But I think the only thing that gets you through 12th grade will be discipline, hard work, and working smartly. So if you want to have an easy peasy chill experience of 12th grade, you need to do your bit every day so that you can also have fun every day. So I'll first start with what I did for my boards in terms of studying. Um, I think me personally, I took my homework every day. Like I did my bit every day. Like I finished studying a particular week's portion within that week itself. So if you do that, maximum number of hours you'll have to spend for school per day will be 1.5 hours to 2 hours on a weekday and maybe about 3-4 hours over the weekend. So if you keep at it from day one, like now, um, you'll have enough time to give yourself in a day as well, like at least 1.5 hours of either working out or painting or dancing or playing or listening to music or reading or any of that. So keep at it from day one. And when I say study within a week, you need to be ready for a unit test or an exam within that week itself. So yeah, it's not a constraint. You won't have homework every day, you won't have a test every day, so it's going to be pretty easy. When it comes to entrance exams, I wrote all the law entrances plus a couple of entrances for psychology. Um, so when it comes to your entrances, I would say pace it out throughout the year, right? So February to May, like if you've already started 12th grade, is a time where school won't be putting too much pressure on you in terms of unit tests. As far as I know, deans, um, you won't have too much pressure of school. You'll just have to do your homework and maybe 1 or 2 unit tests, but that's about it. So I think this time you can really use for preparing for any of the entrances that you are writing. Um, um, yeah, and then from about June to August, September mid, give school complete attention, finish your projects, um, read all your textbooks. You should have a complete idea of your textbook, right? And especially because you're humanities students, your textbook is what you start with only. You have to add in a lot of research as well, because it's the research or the few extra points that you can add that gives you an advantage over other people. Um, so read your textbook, make your revision notes, your cheat sheets, synopsis, summary, do all of that in these 4 months, June, July, August, September. September, you'll have your midterms. So if you start from now, you can manage both your entrance preparation and your school preparation by September and not have to reduce your sleep time. Please sleep at least 6 to 7 hours. There's no need to reduce that amount of time, especially now. Like now, you can easily fit in 8 hours of sleep a day. So please sleep. All of us lose our sleep schedules in 12th grade. Don't do that. Keep at it. Yeah, and give yourself time. 12th is not the end of life, right? You need to be able to live after 12th grade. So ensure that you have a life beyond your academics and that you're also learning to live life. Like that experience can come only from people in your life. So give your parents the time. I know all that they'll be discussing now is your studying, your marks on your mock tests, and all of that, but they're just concerned for you. My parents drove me crazy. They spoke only about exams. At least from about September, that was all the conversation, and I used to get really irritated. It happens to all of us. They have been through it themselves. Uh, any of you, you'll be telling the same things to your juniors next year. So yeah, it's just part of the process, and make sure you have fun. Uh, October, November depends on what you want to stress on. If you're feeling comfortable for your boards, then you can give attention for entrances. If your mock test marks are looking good, then you can pay attention towards boards. By November mid, I would say you should have read the textbook thoroughly, completely, and you should have made your notes. Um, a good a good thing to start during November will be to buy question banks and look at previous year question papers. You can make flashcards. Quizlet, that's a website me and my friends used a lot. So you can find our flashcards for psychology, or you can search for 12th grade. You're in PU, so I think it will be the same thing. So yeah, you can make flashcards, revise, and I know you'll have chapters which you have revised 3 4 times already. It is okay, revise again and again, because there is scope for overconfidence. Still revise, it's fine. No amount of revision is less. Keep revising. um, December, Jan, Feb is supposed to be only for board exams. Like finish your studying, you can dedicate like one day for one chapter of one subject. There's 3 months of time. Finish your revision. When it comes to pre-boards, okay, so pre-boards are for you to get used to the question paper pattern. um, don't drive yourself up the wall to score well on your pre-boards. Like, yes, I'm not saying fail on your pre-boards, don't do that, but at least in pre-board 1, try scoring 65, 70, and on pre-board 2, maybe 75, 80, so that you are, it's also a way to promise your teachers you're going to do something in your finals. So at least in pre-board 2, maybe a notch higher. Um, but yeah, use your 3 months well and don't stress with pre-boards. And during your exams, you should be in a position where you're just turning over pages of the textbook to revise, right? That should not be a time you're sitting and learning something. Finish the learning throughout the year, so that time is only for revision. Um, don't look at the marks that your classmates are getting. Please don't do that. Compete with yourself. Um, yeah, and keep at it. It's all of us have spans where motivation is low. We want to catch that episode on Netflix, and we all have those spans. By the way, all of you should watch Emily in Paris on Netflix. It's currently what I'm watching and I'm liking it. So yeah, have time to do all of that. Chill with friends, hang with friends, party, enjoy 12th grade. 12th grade is also a year part of your life, so you need to live it as well. Um, yeah, and do you have any questions?
Maitri, I have a question for you, darling.
Yeah.
Could you please elaborate very clearly how much is a party time allotted?
Okay. Um,
Now, just kidding,
so
Maitri, because when you
definitely,
said party, the girls were having smiles. I was just kidding. Just ensure that you enjoy. As Maitri said, have your own time, go out with your friends, relax. But as again Maitri said, know when to stop and what to get in. Okay? So choose your priorities, girls. Prepare your timetable and your goal because you have long way to go. Isn't it, Maitri?
yeah. Also, guys, try looking at your universities and all of that during the holidays that you will get in April and May, because how you plan your applications really matters. And if any of you are planning on writing the SATs or the IELTS or whatever, it will be in June, July of this year if you want to study, go to university the next year, right? Yeah, so please plan out your entrances. Um, yeah,
So,
any other
Maitri,
questions?
I also noticed that you were following reference books, right, for preparing. So, could you want to share them so that some names of some reference books or online websites or tutorials where they can have a look at it and refer them?
Right. Um, okay, so for psychology, there's this website called Lumen's Learning. That's a really good website. It gives you a lot of extra points. It talks a lot about the research that was conducted by a particular psychologist. So you can access Lumen's Learning. It's LUMENS for psychology. I also used Khan Academy a lot for psychology, political science, and for my um, LSAT preparation. So you can use Khan Academy as well. Um, for political science, reading the paper is extremely essential, not just for political science, but as a humanities student now and later on. Please read the paper every day. Um, you may not be writing an entrance test that requires reading the paper, but I would say that reading the paper really adds to your subjects. So if you have a surprise question ever, reading the paper will help there. Um, and don't just look at one ideology in the paper, like read the Hindu, but at the same time also read the Times of India. I know people say it's a commercial paper and all of that, but keep a balance, right? Um, for economics and political science, it's just the paper. That's plainly the research that I did. I don't know what other subjects that you have. It might be varying. I had entrepreneurship. For entrepreneurship, again, the paper. So, yeah, just stick to the paper. Another very good website with really good articles will be aeon.com. The spelling is AEON. There are really good essays there, so it will help with your projects. It will help with psychology and economics. Um, and with your entrances if you have reading comprehension, which is a big section. Uh, for your entrance exams, if any of you have GK, which is a big part of the paper, Jagran Josh, dailygk.in, and of course, if you're in Career Launcher, they'll really help as well. Uh, what are all of you thinking of doing after 12th?
Girls, Maitri, you can just ask anyone. Okay, Komal has raised a hand. Yes,
Yeah,
Komal.
Oh, I'm planning to do my BA in psychology.
you plan to do psychology.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you already
Samyukta?
know or you're thinking? Yeah,
Yeah, same. My BS psychology.
1 minute. Yeah, you can tell me what's your name.
Shruti was
Kavya.
saying some.
Yeah, I'm planning to do something related to journalism and writing,
Um,
literature.
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? This one is
Yeah.
related. Oh, yeah. So I'm planning to do something related to journalism and literature.
Okay. Right. Um, yeah, if you have any questions related to university applications or anything, you can ask me. Um, yeah.
Do we have anyone in the class who's interested in law?
Yeah, Komal.
No, I just wanted to ask a question about the entrance exams.
Sorry, I can't hear you. 1 minute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said that you've written a few entrance exams in psychology also. So is there any particular exam that you need to give, like how you give LSAT for law?
For psychology, um, psychology, I think every university has a specific exam for itself, like Flames. Um, if you're looking at universities in Delhi University, for example, it'll just be a 12th grade marks. But for Symbiosis or Flames, uh, Ashoka, all of them have entrances of their own, which you'll have to write. And followed by the entrances, if you're selected, they'll ask you to write um, a paper, right, about yourself, why you want to attend the university. So think of, and also a lot about what made you think of it. So you'll, because you've taken humanities, they'll expect a lot of critical thinking right in your um, admission letter. So start thinking about that as well. Why you're choosing a particular stream, or why you've taken humanities, why you want to do psychology or law or journalism or whatever it is that you're planning to do.
Okay, so like when you start looking for universities, do they like give what they expect you to do in the entrance exam? Like, is there any particular syllabus that you need to follow when you're studying for psychology entrances?
I'm sorry, you're not audible.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was asking, so when so like each college expects like has a different kind of entrance for psychology.
Hmm.
Let's say in general you want to prepare your base. So is there any syllabus that you need to follow, or you just stick to your school curriculum?
The school curriculum, know your textbook thoroughly, completely. Maybe a look a little more at the psychologists and what they've done, how they've come to certain conclusions. And Khan Academy will help you with that again, with extra knowledge. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, girls, do you all have any questions for Maitri? No? So, you're all good to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so good luck. Stay at it every day. It's going to be tough. There are going to be a lot of people talking only about studying. It'll get boring, but still keep at it. Have fun, enjoy, and good luck.
Thank you so much, Maitri, for taking time
Thank
and
you.
coming here
It
in
was
such a
good to
short
be here, ma'am.
notice. And it's good to see you as well, Maitri.
Yes.
So continue to take care and yes, I do miss you all. But I also, it's a beautiful moment to see the students at whom you teach are